Well, there are two ways that we are either going to look back at this win after tonight. The New York Rangers either are turning a corner or it is simply just one of the games where they end up getting a win and it's against the poor team, and then the next time that they play against the better team, it's not going to go well. But the Rangers win and are 1-0 in the post-Trouba era, beating the Pittsburgh Penguins 4-2. It wasn't pretty, but they get the win. And there's again, we'll see where this turns them going forward, but man, was it refreshing to not see number 8 on the ice tonight. I can tell you that right now, because the Rangers probably lose this game, honestly, if Jacob Trouba plays, but they find a way to get the job done despite there still being slop in the D zone. Despite there being slop in the neutral zone, they find a way to get the job done and get the 2 points tonight, and it's all thanks to the top 6 who decide to show up today. And that's something that was key for them. Riley Smith played probably his best game as a Ranger. Chris Kreider, pretty good game from him. Mika Zibanejad, solid game from him. And then you get to the Trocheck, Lafreniere, Panarin line, which they have been definitely cooled off as of lately. They had themselves playing a better game than they have played as of recently, and that, of course, helped the Rangers out in winning this game. But we're going to talk about it all. Leave a like on your way into the post-game stream. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live on the channel. And this was a game that, I should say, this game reminded me a lot at points of the Montreal game, to where they showed more life than they have in previous games, but there was still a lot of ugly in there, because let's face it, in the D zone, holy crap, was it ugly. Artemi Panarin chipped in 2 goals tonight. Holy crap, that line defensively, though. There was a lot of opportunities the Penguins had where it either went off the post or they passed up a couple of high danger opportunities. So there was a lot of things that went the Rangers' way in this game. But right now, they freaking needed something to go their way. And I am just, my head is just hurting from today. All these streams and stuff from today. There's just been so much going on. But yeah, in terms of the goals too, Artemi Panarin, like I said, chipped in 2 goals today. That was huge for him. Trocheck played a lot better today. There was a couple of opportunities that he had that he couldn't capitalize on, where he looked like Ryan Strome out there, but he was playing a better game today. I mean, that what he was able to do on that first goal, even where he opened up the passing lanes there, and then Lafreniere was able to find Panarin to just shoot a rocket there of a shot. Trocheck scored the late goal as well, which that, I mean, Alex Nedeljkovic needs to make a save there, but either way, scores the goal there. And yet again, I mean, you look even when they made it 2-1, Trocheck getting involved there. This was a better game from Vinny Trocheck than we've seen in games prior. So again, you could either look at this as they are going to build on this, the top 6, or it is going to just be one of those games where it's been lately where they chip in every now and then you just forget about it. And once they play a better team, it goes by the wayside. So, and same goes with Riley Smith in that first line. I mean, Riley Smith, he was getting chance after chance tonight and probably played his best game as a Ranger, probably played the best out of any Ranger forward tonight, if you want to argue that with Artemi Panarin. And he just couldn't end up getting a goal until very late in the game. Could have had way more than he did. But either way, yeah. The question for me is more, will this sustain? Will this be something they build on? Or is this something where, again, they beat a team that's slower than them, that does not play great hockey either? That's where I'm more leaning to, because the Rangers still did not play well in the neutral zone. They still did not execute breakouts. Ryan Lindgren made me want to vomit when he was trying to manage the puck. You had Keandre Miller on that second goal who turned the puck over. Zach Jones and Chris Kreider, I don't know why they're going for changes there. And then Keandre Miller just screening his own goalie, skating into the crease. Sam Carrick going towards Schneider's man for some reason instead of covering the man in the slot. And the first goal as well should have had that much time and space. And again, there was a lot of miscues and soft coverage in the D zone. But Igor's got to have that one. If you're going to make 11.5, you got to make that save. And he did make an $11.5 million save later on when he made a nice windmill save, but he has to save that one in particular. Nobody's screening. That's a goal where it was high glove, and that's something that we talk about as his kryptonite every now and then, or more than every now and then. So, again, it was just interesting to see the response from the top six tonight. I would like to see their offense also still generate more off the cycle. Again, it's similar to what we've been saying in games prior, where a lot of the offense won and done opportunities. I still want to see them, when they're managing the puck, generate chances that way, because they managed the puck at points in this game, but they weren't generating the quality opportunities off of those off of the puck possession they had. Most of their opportunities were generated off of the rush. And again, it's great when you're playing a team like the Pittsburgh Penguins, who are slow, but you're not going to beat teams that are better at defending the rush and that are faster when you play that brand of hockey. They got to start generating more off the cycle still. I know everyone's looking at Trouba being gone, saying addition by subtraction. Here we go. Cup is back on. There is still a lot of work to be done with this team because they are still not playing where they need to. A lot of passed up opportunities too. I mean, there was that one sequence in the second period, I believe, where I think it was the fourth line. They just had, and Will Cooley, I think, was out there, but they had looks right in front of the net. And instead of just making the simple play, putting the puck on net, especially against a poor goalie in Alex Nedeljkovic, passing around. You cannot be doing that. You need to put pucks on net. And they need to start generating a lot more, especially against a team that you should be generating a lot more against quality-wise. But, yeah, and then the other thing I'd like to see better, the special teams. The special teams was not great tonight at all. They allowed a lot of good opportunities on the penalty kill. I think they actually allowed, they allowed 5 high-danger chances alone on the penalty kill in that second period. That can't happen. And again, Ryan Lindgren did not play great tonight at all. And Zach Jones, even at points, thought he was really shaky tonight. He had a couple of plays where he was breaking up 2-on-1s, but there were a lot of miscues from him, whether it's the bad change, the dumb penalty he took, poor puck management at points from him, which is something that's usually his strength, so it sucked to see. Keandre Miller, like I said, again, there's just a lot of the same issues that still need to be cleaned up and weren't tonight. They got production from the top six. The top six played with a lot more energy tonight against a slow team, but let's see how it translates into the future games. That's really all I could say, because I'm not going to sit here and wave the pom-poms and say, you know what, Cup back on. They beat the Penguins, everyone. I need to see way more. I need to see them play a lot more of a strong brand of hockey before I could say this was a turning point, which again, if we could come back in a few games and they string together a couple wins, start to look better defensively with the top six performing, we could look back at this and say, okay, this was the turning point where the top six at least started to perform, started to get a lot more opportunities off of the rush. They just needed to, figure out the defensive side of things. But again, this for right now to me just is similar to what we've seen from the games prior, and that's what I'm talking it up to until proven otherwise, where it's just a game where they beat a bad team and the offense, the top six, showed up for once. But is it going to translate in the future games? I don't know. But again, a lot of things were easier to manage tonight with Trouba not playing, because man, there were points where in the D zone, I'm thinking if Jacob Trouba's out there, that's not going well. So, but yeah, I'm going to get to the chat. I think that's really all I have to mention with the game itself, which it's been a while, honestly, since I've just sat here and just actually broke the game down versus coming on here and just ranting off the rip, because they've just not been in a territory to where it's even worth talking about the game in depth, talking about the ins and outs of the game. But at least tonight was, again, sloppy. Still a lot to improve. A little more watchable, at least, though, tonight. a little more watchable, and it's sad because it still wasn't. It was far, and I mean far, from a great effort, but a lot more bearable to watch tonight. Yeah, they allowed 8 high danger chances still. Ooh. And yeah, they dominated in the face-off dot tonight. But yeah, I'm going to see what you guys are saying in the chat. Leave a like on the stream if you have not already. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Turn on your notifications. And I see some people arguing in the chat. Please stop arguing or I will have to time both of you guys out. Everyone can have their own opinions. Just remember that. Just don't be obnoxious to everyone about their opinions. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Unless it's beyond moronic. But I would be the judge of that one. Let me be the judge of that. Let's say what you guys are saying. Riley Smith played great. Riley Smith played his best game as a Ranger, yes. Yeah, Zach Jones had a couple of good defensive plays, but there were times that he still looked shaky, in my opinion. Johnny Lazarus saying Trocheck had a lot of good quotes about what the team went through today. Very curious to see what that's going to be about. They got plenty of games to turn around. Maybe they can. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say that they are going to until I see it. They're in a territory where I have to see it to believe it versus buying in after one game against the Penguins. That's just me. But, and again, there were still a lot of things that were similar from the previous games that were issues because poor executions moving the puck at points. Poor execution on the forecheck at points. Better, but poor execution at points a lot. Poor execution in the neutral zone. There were still a lot of things that I personally just want to see be better from this team. And yeah, Shesterkin is going to be under the microscope. That's what it is when you make 11.5. Listen, I voiced my opinion. I don't think he should be getting paid $11.5 million, but I'm not going to sit here and talk about it anymore. I'm at a point where I don't love it. What's done is done, and I hope that I'm wrong about it. And I hope that he ends up looking good throughout the contract. That's all I could say. I just realized, too, I didn't even see the contract. There's a full no-move clause in it. Okay. I just made my night worse. I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to pretend I didn't see it. Thank you for the $5, Dimitri. I think the $1 million question is, what do they do with the cap space freed by Trouba's contract? Do they wait until the deadline? I don't know. I have no clue. It really depends where they are come the trade deadline. Because let's not ignore the fact that there's still a world where, again, this game didn't change anything and they're going to still potentially what's it called? Spiral. But Evan, breathe and remember that you were smiling at the Trouba trade. I know, but it's still just like there's still so much work to be done, man. Like, I was very happy about the Trouba trade, but there's still so much work, man. There really is. Well, I like to see Rantanen if if the Avs are selling, yeah, I would love Rantanen, but I don't think they're gonna sell. I would be very shocked. They'd have to spiral a lot to sell. Yeah, Trouba would have got those minutes for sure at the end of the game. That's for damn sure. Is there a season that no move clause transitions to anything else? Nope, full no move. Full no move. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't understand how they didn't get for the back end of that contract to not be the case, but I'm not skipping messages intentionally. The chat moves quick. I promise you that I'm not intentionally ignoring it. But yes, Rantanen is a better player than anyone on the Rangers. For sure. For sure. One cup in 84 years is why we're impatient? Yeah, exactly. Full no move? Yeah, I didn't even notice that until now. I don't know about that one. I don't understand. ESPN broadcast kept mentioning that they're going to use the cap space at the deadline. To me, they still should see where they are before doing anything, in my opinion, but what do I know? What the hell do I know? I already did this for my members. Sorry. You got to pay to see it. I hate to be that guy, but I did a members only video for what I would do if the Rangers were to rebuild. I did a members only one. So I'm sorry, but you would have to pay to see that one. I'm with you guys. I would love Mikko Rantanen if he's sold, but if the Avs are selling. But again, I don't know. I just have a hard time seeing them sell unless they are so far out of a playoff spot to a point where, okay, it makes sense to move Rantanen. Because right now, they're still in the playoff mix, and they probably will be once they reach the deadline. Maybe I'm wrong. They're minus 13 goal differential. Damn. Georgiev, not good. Who would have saw that coming? But in my opinion, they would have to drop pretty far for the Avs to sell at the deadline. I gave them their flowers earlier on in the stream, but they played good tonight. They did. Yeah, Lafreniere in the D zone. I love Lafreniere, but man, he does not know what he's doing in the D zone. Really does not. Yeah, I don't see it either at all. Otherwise, that would be easily the guy that I would want the Rangers to target, assuming they're in a position themselves to actually like buy to a point where they are favorites. You would have to move Gabe Perreault in that deal, because if Jake Gensel was gonna cost Othman, Kakko, and a first, you're definitely gonna have to move Gabe for Mikko Rantanen. Brady or Mikko would be amazing, 100%. I would take either. there's not really much truth to the Brady Tkachuk thing. I think what happened is this. Now that I've come to the conclusion and now that we've progressed along through the night and the day of the reports. So we have Larry Brooks, who reports that the Rangers are interested in Brady Tkachuk. We have Bruce Garrett, who's a Ottawa Senators beat writer, saying the Senators are not moving Tkachuk. What I think happened here is Larry Brooks is saying the Rangers want Tkachuk. The Sens are saying we're not moving Tkachuk. I think that's all there is to it. I think both parties were right in their assessment. It just got I don't know why I can't think of the word that I'm trying to say here, but either way, it got people twisted the information to like be like, oh, one guy clickbaited, the other didn't. I think it's simple that one guy heard one guy who works close to the Rangers heard the Rangers want Brady Tkachuk, and the guy that's closest with Ottawa said, we're not moving Brady Tkachuk. Ottawa's not moving Brady Tkachuk. And yeah, they would ask for Gabe for sure. They're studying the trades, yeah. Avs might ask for Kakko too. No. That's the word I was looking for, yes. Thank you. It could be JT Miller, their target. It could be. Would I trade Trocheck with Miller or Lindy or another one of the deadbeats for Brady or Miko? Not saying it's going to happen, but just wondering. The only problem with this, and I don't hate the idea. I really don't hate the idea at all. But I don't think it's going to happen because of how much it thins them at center. Unless they would have a deal in place. So, like, say they moved what your hypothetical here is of Trocheck and Miller, let's say, because they would want Miller more than Ryan Lindgren. Any team would. Let's say they move Trocheck and Keandre Miller and a pick for Mikko Rantanen. You're going to have to re-sign Rantanen at that point because you can't lose Rantanen for nothing if you're giving up a center who's under contract for multiple years and you're giving up a younger defenseman. You're going to have to lock up Rantanen at that point. Number two, you're going to have to fill out a center spot. You're going to have to find a 3C and you're going to have to find help on the blue line. And again, I don't even hate the idea, but unless they really trust Hedl in the 2C role, it's hard to envision them doing that. That's just my issue with that. If Hedl was able to stay healthy, I would say easily no-brainer that could happen. But the problem is you can't pencil Philip Hedl into play more than 60 games at this point. I mean, the guy got hurt today and almost had to leave the game. Would you do this if you were Colorado? Kreider, Othman, Sikora first, and 2 firsts for Rantanen? I mean, if they're in a position to sell or like conservative sell, yeah, I mean, I would do that. But if it's the position they're in right now, I would personally try to extend Rantanen still right now. Oh no, I should go root for another team. I'm a pussy. Oh no. All I do is complain. Then don't watch. Don't watch. It's that simple. Where was I? I don't know if I'm going to do calls tonight, and I'm sorry. I know I said that maybe I would tonight. I don't know if I'm going to do calls. It's been a long day for me, man. I've done so many streams. I'm exhausted. No, somebody commented in the chat that I'm a pussy and loser and should go root for another team. That's what I was reading. I shouldn't be giving people like that the attention, I know, but I was just reading that comment. Because what am I going to do? Oh no. He's hurt by my opinion. I should give it up. I should just quit. Trouba funeral, Igor deal, Holmes to the Mets, Soto rumors. This day has been too long. It really has. And Soto could still sign tonight, too. I was worried he was going to sign during the game tonight. I really thought that there was a chance. That would be more something I do for members' content, to be honest with you. And again, I hate to hide stuff behind like paid content, but it's the truth. I watch you because no one else complains. I just call it how it is, man. It's really all it is. And I know. That's why I don't give a shit. Again, that's what I tell people all the time. If you don't want to hear the truth or my opinions, it's my opinions, you could fuck off. It's really not difficult. You don't have to listen. It's free content. No one's forcing you to watch this. Did I see any of Trouba's post-trade interview and any comments on it? I don't know what there is left to say about the guy. It's just like, why? I don't understand why this is being treated like the Rangers got rid of some franchise legend. Like, if they moved Chris Kreider, I would understand this much attention going towards it. And again, I get he was the captain and everything, but like, can we give it a rest? Like, the fact that he was on during the intermission is just so stupid. I think he either signs like late tonight / I guess early tomorrow or during tomorrow. Yeah, I could agree with that. Love my rants. Thank you. I appreciate that. Been interested in doing content. Is it worth it? It honestly depends. It really depends. Because are you going to be... I'll be very honest with you. There are times where I've got so much better with it over the years, but like comments like that used to affect me at one point and was like really draining on my mental health. If you're not able to like have enough of a thick skin to bear with some of that, then no, don't do it. It's not worth it. You're just going to make yourself miserable. But if you're able to handle that, man, and you want to go for it, then go for it. Like, why not? And all I could say is don't let that shit bother you. Like, it took me a while, honestly, for those sort of comments to not bother me. I'll be very honest with that. But once you get to that point and you just become numb to it, because I don't care if somebody that is not showing their face is calling me shit. I don't care if people don't like my opinion. And the truth is what Carson said. Don't tell fuck, I can't talk. Don't tell podcasters how to do their show. And that's really what it comes down to, man. Like, people won't like everything you say. That's just the internet for you. And if you're able to deal with that, people getting pissed at you because for whatever reason, my opinion matters so much to people to the point where they call me a pussy and tell me to root for another team. Apparently, I have that much weight on them with my opinion. So Again, if you're able to handle that, go for it. If not, then I wouldn't recommend doing it. That's just my brutal honesty about it. The thing is, they can't be this honest. And honestly, I've admitted this before, that I know that I'm screwing myself of being in a better position. I've admitted that multiple times because I've had people tell me, why don't you just be more positive? Why don't you just say good things about the team? You could be in a way better position. I know that, but that's not why I started a channel originally. My whole point of starting this channel is because I wanted to give my brutal, honest opinions, and it's my opinions. I wanted to give my takes on the team, how I feel. This is my way of venting, ranting, and all that other stuff about the team. And I'm not here for giving the popular opinion and doing the whole shtick of, oh, well, you know what? They tried and they, you know, when they lose, like, oh, they tried, but we'll get them next time. Like, I'm not here to do that, man. Like, I'm here to give you my opinion because I'm a fan. It's my raw emotion of the game. And I know that I could be in a way better position if I was talking better about this team and kissing this team's ass. I would probably be in a spot where I'm at more subscribers, making more money, probably doing this, doing live streams and stuff every single day. But I don't want to do that. That's just not me. That's just not who I am. Thank you for the $20, Antonio. I appreciate that a lot. Sending a heart, and a Red Wings fan. Interesting. I appreciate that, though, a lot. I really do. Thank you for the 20. That too. Like, it all hits the same anyway. It's the algorithm. The algorithm hits the same anyway. You have to realize that if you're going to do it, you have to realize that people coming in and shit, who cares? It all hits the same. Criticism is criticism, exactly. I appreciate you, Leo. We all appreciate your content, man. You are extremely genuine, even though I disagree with you a lot, but I really do appreciate your streams and really don't even give those comments any air. You're not wrong about that I shouldn't have even gave that comment the time of day, but it just made me laugh, honestly. It made me laugh. That's really the only reason I read it, but I appreciate that. And again, like, there are people that watch my streams that disagree with me, and I appreciate the ones that could be respectful about disagreeing with my opinion, because I'm not here to shit on everyone's opinions. I'm not here to say, oh, fuck you, this and that. As long as you give me the same respect back, man. Like, if you can't respect my opinion, I'm not going to respect your opinion. It's just that simple. You don't have to agree with me. You could think that I'm insane for overreacting at certain games. I get it. I could be a lunatic sometimes. I could be over the top sometimes. I could be extreme. But that's who I am. That's just who I am, and I'm not going to change that. Play-by-play, Evan would feed families. I don't know if I could do play-by-play. Even when I would do that growing up, I won't lie, I did that growing up. When I was playing Chell, I would like... I think we've all been there, though, where we're growing up playing Chell and we're commentating the games. When I would do that when I was little, I was like, I can't do the whole broadcasting thing. I don't know if I could. MSG and Sportsnet ain't ready for Evan. Rangers rant would go viral in minutes. The reality is, like, if I was kissing this team's ass, I probably could have had an opportunity by now with any sort of network. Like, there are guys that do content in the community that I know, like Brendan Azov has hits on SNY that he does every now and then. And he's very great with what he does. I mean, he he's better than me. He's way more professional than me when he does critique the team because he's not losing his damn mind, going on a rampage the way I do. And that's where, again, I admit that I am over the top at points. I really do admit it. But he's a lot more toned down with his opinion when he doesn't like what he's seeing. But he's able to handle it well, and he gets opportunities because of it. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I appreciate that, though. I really do. Love the complaint, though. It's all I do. I'm a perfectionist. Like, what could I say? That's just how it is. And the thing, too, is I get the whole thing where people are like, oh, you're so negative for no reason, this and that. It's like, watch my Mets streams for a minute, and you'll hear the difference in my tone in a team that I trust with their decisions and everything versus the Rangers, who have won cup in the last 80 plus years. And I could go down a further rabbit hole about that. I appreciate that, Kaylee. I really do. And I appreciate this shopping. If it was the dude playing Shell in GameStop, you're not wrong. Evan would do the intermission report, I would actually watch instead of going for food and beer. I appreciate that too. If I was doing the intermission report, that wouldn't go well. I would get fired immediately if they replaced me with Steve Alquette or had me by Valley's side. I'd get canned within a week, not even. I don't know about all that. And even he's able to keep it to a level that I can't. Even he's able to. My friends that aren't Ranger fans will watch your lives with me when we're together and love it because it's honest and not just Homer takes. I appreciate that as well, Gina. I really do. Dangles louder. Yeah, but he's not, he's a lot nicer with the players than I am. Like, I don't think he's calling Mitch Marner wolf shit most games the way that I'm calling guys like Sam Carrick wolf shit. And I appreciate that. And that's another reason why I started the channel, to give a platform for myself to talk to other fans, for you guys to talk to other fans as well. Like, I would not have met Matt, who I do streams with all the time. I would not have met Anthony, who has been a To The Report in the Chris Collinsworth voice. I don't know if I could do that, but I wouldn't have met Anthony if it wasn't for this. Carson, I wouldn't have met if I didn't do YouTube. I wouldn't have met Nick, who I'm going to his wedding in May. Joey, I wouldn't have met any of these guys. Like, that Airbnb we did in New Jersey, so fucking, that was electric. And we still have to do one. I know Matt's the only one in the chat that was there, but I'm just saying we do. Just check the game card. What was Schneider up to in the D zone today? Yeah, he didn't play that great today, but collectively they did not play great. Defensively, it was more pond hockey. It was similar to what they did earlier in the season, where they were getting the offense, but the defensive plays were still not great. Every time I think of Sam Carrick, I think of pancakes because of the deadline stream. Yeah, his maple syrup company. Free agent, yeah. Second free agent off the board. Never forget it. Yeah, they weren't defending the slot a lot today. I'm a Blues fan, but like the Rangers, was wondering if you believe Trouba need to leave. In your opinion, just asking because I don't get to see them. Yeah, Trouba needed to go. He's a net negative, and I mean he even admitted it himself. And I do give him credit. That hurt to say. I give him credits for admitting. Fuck, I said twice. For admitting that it did affect his leadership abilities. But see ya. Yeah, I still don't understand that, why they took all of it. I really don't get it. But the only thing I could think of is that they really like Trouba. That's really the only answer there is to it. They like Trouba. And why, I don't know. But maybe they just liked him. Maybe Ryan Strome begged management to bring him in. Who the hell knows? But I sure as hell don't know. Do I think there's more moves to come? I'm not sure. We'll see how things progress over the next few games. Like I said earlier in the stream, we're going to look at this game in particular as either the turnaround or just another one of those games that it's been most of the season, and we'll see. I hope that I want nothing more than to look like an idiot and to look wrong and for them to turn things around. Believe me, I'm not complaining one bit if they turn things around. But I have to see it to believe it. So this when I saw the intermission interview. Hate Trouba's playbook. I respect this interview a little bit as much as I heard to say. There are things I didn't like where I didn't like when he was pulling the victim card stuff though. I'm sorry, but you're complaining that the Rangers threatened to put you on waivers when you threatened in the offseason to not report to teams that are not on your no trade lists that were trying to trade for you. You can't have it both ways, man. I'd have a little more sympathy if that never happened, but you can't play the victim card when you did something just at, like, that's equivalent to as bad. But I am going to wrap things up here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. My voice is shot, so I really do appreciate everyone that tuned in for all these live streams. Thankfully, not going to have much to, I mean, maybe not things to talk about tomorrow. Who the hell knows? But all I know is that if something happens tomorrow, obviously I'll talk about it. And as much as I want Juan Soto to sign so the saga's over, I'm at a point where either do it tonight or just wait for tomorrow because my voice is shot tonight. So I wouldn't mind but I also win mine tonight, so then tomorrow I don't have to worry about anything. So I don't know. But either way, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.